Well, good morning. It is October 27th, day 141 on the trail for me. I've left the shelter area and I'm again hiking southbound. The other hikers that were there, the couple that I mentioned briefly in the previous video, and they've done a lot of hiking all over, and they're sort of sectioning the AT with plans to possibly through hike it after the one retires in a few years. But they had just, they'd hiked pretty much from maybe Newfound Gap, just doing a long weekend kind of thing. So, all right. But, they were telling me everything I had to look forward to in Georgia and the rest of the AT southbound. My plan for today is about 13 miles, and that'll take me to another shelter area. I can't recall if I mentioned it in one of the earlier videos, but in Great Smoky Mountain National Park, you are required to use the shelter areas. You can't just stop on the side of the trail and disperse camp or stealth camp, whatever you want to call it. So have to deal with that. You have to plan your days. All right, I've got a blow down here that's going to be a little tricky. So I'm going to stop the video and pick back up in a minute. Well, that wasn't too bad, but I needed two hands. So, all right. But see, it rained off and on all night. Well, not quite all night. Probably through about 2 o'clock. But it's clear right now, not too cloudy, but we're expecting more rain in the afternoon. The one guy said it had a cell signal there. He said probably about 3 o'clock. But who knows? It depends on where you are in the park. Probably get some rain today at some point. Hopefully I'm in the shelter by then. We'll see. Got sort of a late start. I didn't actually start hiking till about 8:30. So we'll see how it goes. All right, well, as always, if I see anything interesting, I will grab a picture or some video. But for now, here's what the trail looks like. So I'm just on the trail here near Idaku Knob, I think is the name of it. And this was the site of a plane crash in the 80s. You can see a small piece here. And there's a larger piece. I'm not going to hike down to it. But you can see a piece there. It was a Phantom II aircraft, and hit the mountain at a very high speed, killing both members aboard. This was back in the 80s. This is the Tri-Corner Knob shelter. I'm not stopping here, just taking a short break and grabbing some water. And you can see I've got my water system set up there, gravity fed, and there's a water source. It's going pretty well. And, air hangs, cable systems up there, and the privy. And down into a little valley, or I don't know what you want to call it. The Smoky Mountains are living up to their name today. It's pretty socked in. It should be better tomorrow. It's almost 2 o'clock and got less than a mile to go. Well, actually, including the blue bays to the actual shelter, probably about a mile to go. Yeah, I think the shelter is about 0.4 off the trail and down about 250 feet, so it's going to be fun to get to. Just passed a couple of viewpoints, but yeah, they were all socked in, so didn't stop there. And I mean, I couldn't even see the trees on the next little side of the mountains, so I just skipped them, unfortunately. But we had good views yesterday, and hopefully we'll have good views tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, so I'm just about done with the hike for today. Should be able to get in to the shelter before the expected rain. And who knows if it'll actually hit this area. So we'll see. All right, well, I will see you again at the shelter. But for now, here's what the trail looks like. All right, made it to Peck's shelter. It was a nice little hike down to it, but not too bad. All right, I'm gonna rest for a little bit and then have a snack. Well, it's just a little bit before 7 o'clock and it's nice out. Rain never came through, so that's nice. Should be a clear day. I mean, it's pretty clear out right now. I'm hoping it's a nice clear day again tomorrow. Clear and cold. It's supposed to be down to 41, I think tonight is the overnight low where we are. It's about 51 right now. And it's, still sort of humid, so it feels a little colder. But yeah, it should be a nice night. There's another hiker here who is originally from Slovakia, and he's hiked all over the United States. So he's doing a few days here, and he's not doing the Appalachian Trail. He's doing a loop that includes just a small portion of it. And so we've been talking for a while. But plan for tomorrow is, I think, about almost 16 miles. I'm going to meet Kelly after about 11 miles at Newfound Gap, and he's going to resupply me for the next, for the following 3 days. And we have plans to meet up at Fontana Dam 3 days later. So hopefully that all works out well. I contacted him earlier, and so he's up with the, I said, okay, I'm going to be there at about 1 o'clock, and told him to get there early because parking looked like a mess when Tim and I drove through there. A lot of leaf peepers out, because it's the prime season right now with the leaves changing color. So a lot of cars in that parking lot right there by where the AT intersects the Newfound Gap. It's a popular starting point for a lot of hikes. I think there's an overlook right there as well. So, just a lot of people stopping to look at the leaves or maybe, take a short hike. So hopefully that goes off well tomorrow. Otherwise, it was a pretty good day. Did, almost 13 miles. Feel pretty good. And tomorrow's going to be a little bit longer. I was looking at my plans, and I'm going to have to adjust them because there is one shelter coming up that I planned on stopping at that's been closed for aggressive bear activity. So I'm going to have to adjust my plans. Might have to do a longer day. I'm looking at probably a 19-mile day coming up in the next few days, so we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, all is well. And I'm looking forward to hiking in some, colder weather without the mist. Get some good views, hopefully. All right, well, as always, if you've stuck through to the end, I appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow on the trail.